Hi, my name's Alice and I'm an author. Today I'll be showing you how easy it is to write a poem. And for Children's University members, you need to upload your poem through the Children's University portal or print it out and show your in-school coordinator for a half-an-hour stamp in your passport. But first, what exactly is a poem? Poetry, according to Carl Sandburg, is an echo asking a shadow to dance. And Dylan Thomas says, poetry makes you laugh, cry, prickle, be silent, makes your toenails twinkle, makes you want to do this, that, or nothing. You get the idea. Poetry is many things, and there are so many different kinds of poems. There's rhyming and free verse, there's haiku, cinquains, villanelles, ballads, limericks, sonnets, odes, list poems, acrostic. You get the idea again. Today we're going to look at writing an acrostic poem. Now, acrostic is just a fancy word for something that's actually a very fun idea. So see if you can work out the hidden message in these two acrostic poems. Winter. Wind rattles, icy fingers, numb toes, trees without leaves, empty playgrounds, roaring fire crackle. And how about this one? It's called Cats. Claws clattering, arched backs, tissue paper shredded, softly purring. Did you see the hidden message? Each line of an acrostic poem starts with a letter in the word that the poem is about. So cats, claws, arched, tissue, softly. So first, we must come up with a word. And to do this, you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil. So pause the video while you go and get them. Okay, so now to find a word. For this exercise, we're going to choose an animal. It could be your pet or a wild animal, or even an animal that you're afraid of. It could be a crab or a kangaroo, a koala, or a snake. So write the name of your animal at the top of your piece of paper. Are you ready? So now it's time to do some brainstorming. Firstly, we've got to think about what's your animal like? We need to make a list of words that describe your animal. Crabs could be shiny, they have hard shells, sharp claws, googly eyes. Kangaroos are soft, but they're muscly and lean. Their eyes are large and liquid, and they have long, thick tails and legs like springs. So think about your animal and write a list of words. It doesn't have to be in order, they don't have to be in sentences. But write them down now. Okay, now we need to think about what the animal you've chosen likes doing. Crabs, if I think about it, they like scuttling. They're often hiding under rocks or snapping at little toes. They can be racing across the sand, sideways into the sea. Or they could be crawling and creeping or burrowing into the sand. Think about what your animal likes doing and write a list of words or phrases or sentences on your piece of paper. Okay, are we ready? The next thing we need to think about is, where does your animal live? Its habitat. This might be in your house if you've chosen your pet. Crabs live at the beach. But where do they live? Think a little bit more deeply. Crabs live under rocks, in rock pools, or tangled up in seaweed. They live in holes or in amongst pools. Your animal might live inside a tree or in a desert or a forest. They might live deep down in a burrow or tucked into the side of a mountain. Have a good think about where your animal likes to hang out. Where does it live? You can pause the video to write down your words and your phrases. Okay, the last thing we're going to think about is thinking about your animal as a character. Would your animal be a shy character or fierce? Could you see your animal as a clown, perhaps? When I think of crabs, I see their sharp claws and their hard shells. The claws are a little bit like weapons. They're swords, perhaps, and they have an armoured back. And they even move in groups, little armies of crabs moving together. So when I see a crab, I could perhaps think of them as a soldier. So pause the video and have a go at thinking about your animal as a character and write down as many words or phrases that you can come up with. They don't have to be in order. It doesn't all have to make sense. We'll do that now. Okay, so your piece of paper should be covered in words and phrases and sentences. The next thing you need to do is underline all the words and all the phrases that start with a letter in the word in the animal that you've chosen. So for crab, I'm looking for all those words that start with C or R, A, B, and S. So have a look now and underline all those words. You can pause the video while you do this. Okay, you might need to add a couple of extra words if you don't have a word for every letter in your animal's name. Now comes the fun part, rearranging all your phrases, your sentences, and your words, and creating an acrostic poem. So have a look at everything you've got on your page and try and put it together. It's going to be fun to see what you come up with. We'll pause the video and have a go now. So how did you do? I came up with a poem about crabs from the words that I wrote down on my piece of paper. And this is it. Crabs, claws like sabres, rock pool warriors, armed and armoured, battalions braced to snap at little toes. I'd love to hear the acrostic poems that you have come up with. So please add them into the comments below this video. And if you're a Children's University member, don't forget to upload your acrostic poem through the portal or print it out and take it to your in-school coordinator for a half-hour stamp in your passport to learning. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye.